Carnival Bizarre is the third studio album by the band Cathedral. I've heard of this band. Well, I've actually still have to set. I still have to set a timer. I forgot that. There we go. Yeah, I've heard of this band. Not a lot though. You know, I've heard that they are doomy in a way, kind of doom metal. Mostly heavy metal, I would say, a bit of stoner metal as well. Stoner metal. And this is, I believe, their most critical acclaimed album, requested by Capitalism Freedom 69. And I believe this is by far the least heavy album that he has requested, because he requests grindcore albums or gore grind or whatever, death metal albums, black metal albums, technical albums, I believe, as well. A lot of heavy shit, maybe some progressive death metal as well. Can't remember. But he requests a lot of shit like that, and I'm fine with most of it. Not all of it, like, you know, the last review. Not a big fan of that record. But this was actually kind of nice in a way. The cover is kind of weird, you know, with the kind of carnival shit happening behind the couple. I believe it's a couple, Jesus and Maria. However you say that. Maria, the Holy Virgin. Ho ho. Maria, there we go. Jesus and Maria. So, I guess it has something to do with a carnival and, you know, having religious things on the cover is kind of bizarre, maybe. That is maybe the thing that I'm getting out of this. Oh yeah, third studio album, like I said, 62 minutes of studio material. Label is Earache Records, or just Earache in general. And I didn't get an earache from this album, really, if I'm really honest. Yeah, it's pretty consistent, 60 minutes, 10 songs, so there we go. We have the first track, which is Vampirson. Starts off pretty nice, pretty mellow, starts off with a kind of warm feeling. It's not too difficult, it's kind of, you know, relaxed, it's stoner metal in a way. So this was a nice way to open up the record. Then we got Hopkins, the Witchfinder General, which was a really weird track. It works for the album, I would say. So this is probably my way of saying this, but I like Hopkins. It's a nice song, I would say, the Witchfinder in general, but I have to say, it can't really be a single, and I believe it isn't a single, so there we go. But what I mean with that is that if you're gonna listen to the song, it would be kind of strange to listen to it as a single, but if you listen to it as, you know, an album, you know, album-wise, maybe a sort of concept thing, it will work because it's weird, it's bizarre, you know, it's all of those things. And it blends in well with the record, but, you know, as a single, you know, I don't really feel like blasting it off, blasting on it, but if I listen to the record, it would fit pretty nicely. So, you know, if that makes sense, there we go. Then we have Utopian Blaster, which was a nice song. I would say 5 minutes and 41 seconds, the longest song so far. Yeah, I would say the riffs at the beginning are really heavy and really nice. They're kind of, you know, stoner again, with some kind of doomy elements here and there. I do really like, you know, the flow and the momentum that this record has. It isn't, you know, fast, trashy metal in a way, but it's just nice and slow, and it just, you know, takes the time to create a riff or to create some sort of momentum, which the record has. But I feel like, you know, that with this song, it was nice at, you know, the 1-2 minute mark, maybe the 3 minutes. But after that, it just kind of drags for me. The song is just a bit too long. It is nice, you know, that people can have, you know, long songs on the record. It is nice, especially if you're a prog band or something. But it just kind of feels like this song blasts for the last couple of minutes, which I am not primarily a fan of. So there we go. Night of the Seagulls is a nice song written by Jennings, Dorian and Carlson. I don't know who those are. Probably Cathedral members. Yeah, must be, right. So Night of the Seagulls is a fair song. It is pretty nice. It's 7 minutes long. But it is kind of, you know, the same thing with Utopian Blaster. It kind of drags towards the ending, and I do like the atmosphere. The atmosphere is really nice, really sounds cold in a good way. Yeah, the song overall has a lot of great atmosphere and doesn't drag for most of the time. It only drags towards the middle section. It has a nice ending as well, so it's kind of better than Utopian Blaster. But I don't really like the midway section where it just kind of, you know, drags a little bit. But still an overall solid song. Then we have the title track, Carnival Bizarre, and this is the longest track of the album. It's the centerpiece as well. 8 minutes and 35 seconds title track. So this must be epic, and yeah, for the most part it is. It starts off really menacing, really cool. Pretty neat song. It gets heavier towards the middle section with a bit of stoner and doomy elements again, blasting out of your speakers for sure. So this was an overall really nice song, one of my favorites for sure. And in my opinion, it doesn't drag for a second. Every second on there was full. Full metal power, not per se power metal, but it was just, powerful metal. That is what I'm trying to say there. Not the biggest fan of power metal, by the way, but it was powerful metal. That does make a lot of sense, but you know what I'm trying to say with it. It was strong, it was good metal. So there we go. Then we have Inertia's Cave, if you say it like that, 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Oh yeah, this was kind of a weirder song in my opinion. When you get into the cave, it has a kind of feel to that, like you're stepping into a cave. So the production on this track is a bit weird, it is a bit off. But I do like, that the band is changing it up for a bit here. After the second side, although it only has one side, but the second, the second half of this record in a way. So this song is nice, it's solid, but the production is a bit weird on this track, and it is a bit difficult to listen to this track because of all of the things happening on this track. But overall, still a solid song. It isn't the best follow-up to Carnival Bizarre, but it's still solid nonetheless. Then we have Fangalactic Supergloria. Yeah, and this is just really a gem on the album. It is just, it is just all the way through, all killer, no filler. Just a really powerful song once again. Just the title alone, lets you know that you're in for a wild ride. It just really feels like, you're at a carnival. Has a lot of weird production gags again, but it actually really works on this track. So pretty consistent, pretty great. A lot of, unique things that are happening on this track as well. So I really loved it, and yeah, it's one of the best for sure. Then we have Blue Light, one of the tracks that is just really consistent. I actually really like the song as well. It is pretty catchy, it's pretty, anthemic. It doesn't drag because it only is 3 minutes and 27 seconds, which is the longest song of this album. Pretty nice song. It, like I said, doesn't drag. It is pretty consistent, like I said. And it was just a good song. It was not filler. It was still pretty solid, so there we go. And then we have Palace of Fallen Majesty, and this is one of the tracks that you either really love or you're not really getting into it. And the first time when I listened to it, it was just kind of for me. It was just kind of there. I will say though, I didn't catch anything, so maybe if I listen to it again and again, then this track will catch my ear and it will eventually be one of my favorites. But for now, it was not really the best. I didn't really like it because it was just kind of too nasally, too kind of complex, I guess, because I didn't catch anything, or didn't catch everything. So there we go. Then we have Electric Grave, the last song, and this song is it can be really nice. It's when you're same thing as Palace of Fallen Majesty. If you really get into it, you will eventually love it, and it kind of reminds me of Electric Funeral by Black Sabbath because of the name, because of the atmosphere, because of the momentum that the song has. It kind of wants to be a sort of Electric Funeral with a different second title, I guess. So this song doesn't really feel original in a way, but I still really like the name. The length is really great. It's an epic, barely. It's the closing song. It closes out pretty nicely. It leaves you wanting more in a way. So this is overall one of my favorite songs, probably my bottom favorite, because it still is kind of difficult to get into and it doesn't really feel the most original. But I mean, yeah, I mean when you're, well, I'm not pretty sure if they're, you know, kind of sampling or ripping off Black Sabbath, but if it is like that, you know, it isn't the most original thing. But at the same time, you're ripping off one of the greatest metal bands ever, so probably I will, you know, kind of like it because I love Black Sabbath. But I mean, who doesn't? So there we go. So overall, yeah, it is a pretty good closing song, although not the most original, but I still like it nonetheless. So overall, this was a good album, I would say, pretty solid. You know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's one of the best records I've ever heard, but it certainly isn't, you know, His Majesty at the Swamp or something, that last album that I did. That was just not a really good album, really. For me at least, you know. If you like it, I can accept that, but it's just samey for me. You know, and I love some bands that are really samey, but, you know, yeah, how do you actually explain that? They're samey, but you love them because... How the fuck do you explain that? You know, they're just great. They're just great bands. You know, when you think of the big names. You know, they are samey, but they have a lot of great songs. You know, that is what I'm trying to say there. A great album, so there we go. You know, but the samey thing works for them for some reason. I can explain it, but it works. You know, for some bands it doesn't, for some it doesn't, so there we go. Yeah, you know, pretty consistent album, 10 songs, 60 minutes of music, so it was pretty consistent. It did drag at some points, you know, like the midway section or at the beginning it dragged sometimes. But I would say it ended pretty nicely with Fangalactic Supergloria, cool title, Blue Light, Palace of Fallen Majesty and Electric Grave, those are really cool songs. Vampire song was pretty good. Hopkins, the Witchfinder was pretty on point with the record, but isn't really a great single to listen to alone. Utopian Blaster was kind of draggy for me. Night of the Seagulls, same thing. Yeah, Carnival Bizarre, one of the best for sure. Inertia's Cave is kind of mixed for me, kind of weird productions going on with the track. Yeah, and the closing songs were pretty good, so... Yeah, I would overall give this album an 8. It's pretty solid. It's not, you know, one of the best I've heard, but it's certainly not a slouch. So check it out if you want. Cathedrals, Carnival Bizarre, I believe. Yeah, something like that. Carnival Bizarre. Yeah, there we go. The Carnival Bizarre. So there you have it. Yeah, you know, let me know what you think about this record. It came out in 1995. I didn't even notice that until now. So let me know what you think about the Carnival Bizarre record by Cathedral. I hope you have enjoyed it. Like and subscribe to the channel onder for more videos like this one. Let me know what you think about the record. I think it was, you know, I think it was pretty solid, but I didn't, you know, love it in a way. Because it just was too kind of slow for me. You know, that is doom metal and stoner metal in general, which I both like. I do like both genres, but I'm not loving them yet. Maybe if I dive more into them, I will eventually love them. But for now, not really feeling it. Well, at least for now. But yeah, so solid 8. Let me know what your rating is for this record. Let me know what album you want to review next. You know, metal, rock, pop, jazz, rap. No, let's not go there. Oh, that was my chair right there. Yeah, the chair is breaking. Well, it's free, so, you know, you can't complain there. But if I break it, I will be in a bit of trouble, so let's not do that. So yeah, you know, nothing to do with the video anymore, so you know it's going nowhere, as usual. But let me know what you think about the record. I really enjoyed it. Maybe you did as well. Well, really, I did enjoy it. So there we go. You know, I just think it's solid. So there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What you think about it. Yeah. God bless. Stay safe. Take care. And peace.